now at this juncture of the league has been very special to watch. Miguel's pass intercepted. And then just a shove on the back of Apuya, whose return for this game pivotal for the way Mohan Bagan Supergiant want to play.
Both Miguel and Apuya will be very important for their squads. Apuya coming in just gives you that bit more control in the middle of the park for Mohan Bagan. Miguel with his creativity gives you that spark for East Bengal.
Thapa plays it back as East Bengal try and press Bagan in the middle of the park. Miguel now steps up, just putting pressure on Aldred. Abhimite. Foul by Jay Gupta, who's making only his 4th start of the season. I wonder what happened. He started the first 3 games and then lost out to a change in shape primarily. Oscar Bruzon deciding to go 3 at the back, which meant he could play PV Vishnu as a left wing back. And Jay Gupta's output not as high as PV Vishnu's when he goes forward. Rakip only as far as Subhashish. And here's Sahal. What a fine run he's having after finally convincing Lubero of his abilities. Thapa into the gap. Subhashish into the box. Sibi, I guess that final touch sends it out for a throw-in.
Pressure being applied by Mohan Bagan over and over again. East Bengal haven't created no attacks at the moment which have come for any meaning except for that one-on-one opportunity for Vishnu, who's on the ball again.
A speed of light battle between Vishnu and Abhimite. Now the lightsabers are of a different color though in the month of May. Pick a side. Drops for Rakip. Easy pass out wide for Bipin. Inviting Subhashish onto his other side. And then running into Apuya, who quickly closed down the space. The flick doesn't work out. Soyberg, a little look towards goal. Anton Soyberg off the woodwork. And Mohan Bagan breathe a sigh of relief. East Bengal with their heads in their hands.
Right, as we were saying that East Bengal haven't created any attacks of their own. Soyberg gets on the ball, wanting to take matters into his own hands, hits that ball. But Vishal Kher luckily gets help from his upright, a deflection coming in from Tom Aldred as well. And Mohan Bagan survive. And the score still locked at 0-0. Everybody locked into this game as well on that pitch, wanting to get the better of each other. Key battles definitely will be on the wing where Vishnu and Abhimita are present. And midfield battles between Miguel and Apuya, Anirudh Thapa, Sahal against Jigsin, Rashid. They'll want to take control of their game so that they control of this game so that they can get their attackers into the mix of things.
And Jamie McLaren with all his experience and a couple of goals already against East Bengal in the ISL. Meanwhile, Manveer, who's so good at creating that angle to shoot. Rakip had to spin away to make some room. He's got to be careful with possession. And East Bengal have not been very careful with the ball at their feet. Mohan Bagan have, at least more than their opponents. Sometimes that's all you need.
Mohan Bagan have been enjoying the lion's share of ball possession, yes, definitely, but East Bengal will be happy with Mohan Bagan keeping the ball as long as they can make scoring opportunities of their own.
Miguel Nicely waited for Vishnu to run into space. And Vishnu is testing Abhimithe. Miguel. That's gone floating over Bipin, who was the intended target.
Slight miscommunication or miscalculation coming from Miguel, trying to find the run of Bipin across the pitch, but Bipin just wanted to get himself in the box with Soyberg, making that run towards the ball, attracting one of the centre backs with him.
Abhimithe, smartly done by Sahal, who stayed on side. In comes the low ball, Anwar Ali tracking it. That's more like it. You've got to make Mohan Bagan super giant run behind the ball as well once in a while.
That's a bit better from East Bengal. Definitely Pula just wanting to control the ball possession a little bit, also get a breather. They've been creating attacks on attacks, trying to get that ball forward rather quickly. But at the same time, you also saw Bipin just asking questions of movement from his teammates.
There's good movement from Vishnu. A bright idea as well. Just wanted that early ball. Needed to be more square.
Bright idea from Vishnu, definitely, but just could not wrap his foot around it to find that run from Anton Soyberg, who had space in front of him. Clever from Vishnu, who's been taking Abhimithe on with his space for the past couple of attacks. This time decided to play that ball early.
Here's Manveer. East Bengal just letting Mohan Bagan super giant create some mayhem down the right. It's not the first time that Manveer scampered away. We saw Sahal as well in the previous move. Perhaps Sukhan Gill just under pressure, ball popping out of his arm, taking a touch off Kevin Sibi's head. Could have gone very, very wrong for the red and golds.
I think from a defensive point of view, Kevin Sibi should be doing better, not closing down or pushing Jamie McLaren away the way that he did. Just get your body in the middle, use your shoulders instead of trying to make it difficult for your goalkeeper as well. And on the other hand, perhaps Sukhan needs to make that shout a lot more clearer for Kevin Sibil to get out of the way.
Liston thought of it, then sold a dummy into the box, and a little touch took it away from the three who were waiting. And they're knocking on the door, and they're looking very menacing.
Lucky touch coming in. Liston Colasso selling that shot, and then Anwar Ali with that touch, an all-important touch, 3 bodies. But on their attack, I'm still worried about the positioning of Jay Gupta. He was in and around the centre backs. He should be in his position, which is as a full back, beyond or across Kevin Sibil and Anwar Ali. These are the small little details that East Bengal have to be a bit more careful about, especially Jay Gupta, who hasn't been able to play and start too many games this season. He needs to be a little more aware of where he is and a little more aware of his positioning to make sure that if not score, they don't concede either.
Vishnu, Soyberg waits. Might have been an option for a cutback as well. Vishnu takes it past Aldred, but not past Abhimithe, and they have a corner. He's looking very lively down the left.
Vishnu just trying to take on both Abhimithe and Tom Aldred, and earns his side a corner. Had an opportunity to cross that ball, tried to nutmeg Abhimithe. For some reason, Vishnu there should have been able to just lift his head and whip that ball in quickly, ask the questions of the remaining defenders for Mohan Bagan inside the box. But nonetheless, East Bengal have a corner in their possession.
Miguel's ball knocked back into the box. Aldred sends it out. Soyberg just a little too far for him.
It's always the second wave of attack that teams have to be careful of. Mohan Bagan on that occasion dealing with the first one from that knockback that came from Anwar Ali. Tom Aldred rising the highest. Clever little push or pull on Vishnu as well to just get that inch of space. Tom Aldred on that occasion.
Composed from Jay Gupta. Here's Jackson. Has he found the gap? It's Bipin. Soyberg waits. Bipin's past Vishal Ketan into the back of Alberto Rodriguez. And someone who almost never gives in to the greed gave in just at the time he had to be selfless.
Saw his name in shining lights on that occasion. Bipin had the opportunity to just square that ball to Anton Soyberg, taking his time, giving the opportunity for defenders to get back. On that occasion, Alberto getting his body in the middle of that shot that came in from Bipin. Has to do better. Get that early goal, calm your team's nerves, get the game under your control. Another big chance goes a begging for all the ball possession that Mohan Bagan have kept. East Bengal have had the brighter chances.
And now Rodriguez turned to free up Subhashish. Sibi quickly onto him. The timing of his tackle perfect.
Composed tackling coming in from Seville on that occasion.
Oh, McLaren just a little touch on that, and Prabsukhan very grateful to have the ball in his control. I wonder where it came from.
I still can't get over that opportunity that landed for Bipin. Should have squared that ball nice and early for Anton Soyberg. Big moment in this game. Hopefully Bipin will not have to look back at and think for his team that what if I squared that ball. And more chances come in East Bengal's way to hurt this Mohan Bagan side that they haven't been able to beat in the end in Super League.
And Miguel just biting at Apuya's ankles. So a little quick exchange between the two of them. Apuya. Aldred took his time to find Mithai. Abhimithai's ball in, needed more pace. Sits up for Thapa. One bounce and Prabsukhan had to palm that away. Aldred just kept in play. Fighting for it, but now someone has to fill in his position. Vishnu's played it quickly for Soyberg. Soyberg trying to get past Rodriguez, shoulder to shoulder, and shoved away out of the park. And eventually a foul has been given. A little too physical for Venkatesh's liking. Yellow card.
Venkatesh taking his time to make that decision. Good play from East Bengal. Tom Aldred out of his position, wanting to get the ball high up, nice and early. Getting that ball clever from Miguel. And Soyberg and the rest of the East Bengal bench were fuming with that tackle that came in from Alberto Rodriguez. Still trying to plead his innocence against Venkatesh.
He's got to be careful now.